The central flea market in Almaty can soon become obsolete. The code of the customs union doesn't include simplified procedure for customs clearance of goods for individual traders. According to experts, the market of Almaty can soon follow the fate of Cherkizov market in Moscow, although local traders have yet to find out about it.
Музыка народная, слова неизвестны.
Folk music with unknown lyrics. We will not find anyone responsible later on. How much will potatoes from Uzbekistan cost? Uzbekistan is the third world country which was destroyed 20 years ago by 3 drunks in 3 days, and who still cannot decide how a truck with potatoes and cabbage can cross the Kazakh-Uzbek-Russian border.
The president of the Almaty Businessmen Association, Viktor Yambayev, is puzzled over Kazakhstan's entering a new international organization without considering all the consequences. First of all, the customs union will deprive all the rights from the shuttle traders, who are already operating semi-legally. Yambayev believes that Almaty's central flea market will follow the fate of Cherkizov market in Moscow.
A VAT non-payer could legally, although at a high price, get customs clearance for his cargoes. Now the procedure will be abolished, and no alternatives are to be expected.
All the Kazakh private entrepreneurs, of whom there are 1 to 2 million, can be hit by innovations. The abolition of the simplified procedures for customs clearance will lead to unprofitability of the entire shuttle business. Businessmen are not yet aware of that.
The administration doesn't talk to us about it at all. We just hear rumors. Millionaires never visit markets like this, only simple workers do. The trade is quite poor, but we have nowhere else to go.
The only way out is the legalization of shadow economy, for which the traders would have to join in partnership and work as businesses. But the experts joke, these people have been making money for 18 years without ever recovering consciousness.
People got used to follow their usual beaten path, never noticing a nearby paved sidewalk, complete with their new faces, customs control, tax inspection and the cashier.
Lack of legal values and social insecurity all worsen the situation. If the scope of the consequences is not explained to traders, the entire society will soon be hit by a wave of protests, say experts. Yet at the moment, even officials do not understand how exactly the code of the customs union was created, because even Kazakhstan MPs did not participate in the process, while those who did are only known as the mysterious working group.
Meanwhile, Pavlodar's businessmen complained that the local Customer Rights Protection Union promises to ignore all possible violations if entrepreneurs will join the organization and pay annual membership fees.
Pavlodar's businessmen are being forced to become paying members of the Customer Rights Protection Union. The refusal to join the organization is met with threats of unplanned inspections. 26 businessmen have written a complaint to the prosecutor. So apparently if I will pay member fees, they will never inspect my business. But if I don't, they will launch a series of unplanned checkups. The chairman of the union denies all extortion allegations. He says the organization's membership is voluntary and will not protect businessmen from unscheduled inspections.
There's no difference in being a union member or not. Everyone is equal.
Businessmen hope the prosecutor will deal with the situation, but the letter says that entrepreneurs are actually able to legally protect themselves.
If such inspections are conducted by the Customer Protection Union, businessmen have the right to say no.
The union's membership fee is only $16 a year. Still, for businessmen, it's a matter of principle, as the organization does not help them in any way. In an interesting turn of events, now human rights activists plan to file an action against businessmen for slander.
While businessmen in Pavlodar are accumulating strength to fight public organizations, the youth in Almaty cannot find the application to use theirs. Politically active young people want to hold a major rally on April 11th. However, the leaders of different youth unions cannot decide what the rally should actually be about.
Now we believe that there's no way back. We have announced that on April 11th, 2010 we will hold a rally. We were invited here to find out about the purpose of our rally. Up until now there were no events to unite proactive young people. The idea of uniting the rights and lefts at the Republic Square was not supported by the loyal to the government youth organizations. Additional concern was raised due to the presence of Kazakh national patriots among organizers. So far the idea was supported by the National Social Democratic Party Azad, unregistered party Alga, Liberal Internet Movement, as well as Bolashak and Abroy. According to the representatives of other invited organizations, the request for holding the meeting is improper and may become a reason for banning the rally altogether.
Everything should be included in the request to the City Council in order not to destabilize the society, up to each poster and every word.
Unlike the younger generation, Darigha Nazarbayeva likely knows what she wants, which might be the resurrection of her major political career. After a long hiatus, the eldest daughter of the Kazakh president held a meeting at the international level in Moscow. The director of the fund of the first president of Kazakhstan discussed Eurasian security with political scientists and experts from leading international institutions and organizations. Perhaps next time Nazarbayeva will discuss security issues at the meetings of OSCE or SCO.
Apparently, Darigha Nazarbayeva has carefully chosen the participants of the Conference on Security Issues, for the doors of the Moscow's President Hotel were only open for those with invitations. This was the first public appearance of Kazakh's president's eldest daughter in front of the reporters and television cameras in quite some time. Surprisingly enough, Darigha's concern was about global security. This decision, of course, was not random. The current world processes in the economy, politics and military are developing in such a way that more voices are in favor of creating a unified security system, not only in the region, but in the entire Eurasia. Darigha Nazarbayeva decided to discuss global issues with Russian and Kazakhstan political scientists. The agenda included issues of a new international security structure, nuclear disarmament, and the role of CSTO and SCO in solving these problems. Kazakhstan's interest here is clear. The country is chairing the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe in 2010. This year, Kazakh President Nursultan Nazarbayev turned 70 years old. Nursultan Nazarbayev's anniversary allowed us to reflect on the gained experience, as well as to have a new look on the global security challenges in Eurasia, and to talk about new approaches and concepts. To some extent, the security conference is a continuation of media forums which were once held by Darigha Nazarbayeva. Experts say that it closely resembles the old format of the discussions. This earlier experience and good personal relations with the intellectual and political elite of Russia helped Nazarbayeva this time as well. It is, however, unclear whether her global political career can be revived.
Kazakh policy is changing so rapidly lately, it is impossible to make any long-term forecasts. This is the first recent public event held by Nazarbayeva in Russia, and we need to see what will come out of it.
While addressing global issues in Moscow, Darigha Nazarbayeva said that it is necessary to ally with such power players as China and India. This is the sign of some long-term plans. Following that, Eurasian security at the time when Kazakhstan is chairing the OSCE and is playing an active role in SCO is the best entrance ticket to the big politics.
These were all latest updates from Kazakhstan. Thank you for being with us and goodbye.